Welcome back to another episode of Girl What You Doing. I'm here with Kaylin, aka the Waxx Brat. She is an entrepreneur, a mother, a licensed esthetician, and a wax specialist. So, welcome to Girl What You Doing.
Hey.
How are you today?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being here. To start, what made you start your waxing business?
So I was in school for special education. COVID became a thing. Hated online school. I was cheating.
Yeah.
I feel like if you cheating, it's no point of going to school.
There's no point.
So I just began praying for a purpose because it just wasn't working. I had changed my major 5 times by then too. I went from like nursing to dental hygiene to special education, all over the place. So through praying, I ended up getting a wax, and then my waxer told me, she's like, "You very patient, you should try being a waxer." I'm like, girl, I can't do that. I'm so sorry, like I just cannot. But I ended up trying it. I took a class with her and I loved it. From there I went to esthetician school. After esthetician school, I kept telling my mama, I'm like, I want to own my own business. I know, I kept telling her, I said, I don't want to own my own business. And she's like,
why didn't you want to?
A lot of work. I was scared. That's scary.
That is scary.
We got into it bad too. It wasn't bad, but I'm like, Mama, I'm not doing it. Like, no. And she ended up funding my business. So she is my investor, I call her. And from there, the rest is history. Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
I feel like with switching between majors and jobs and stuff, I feel like sometimes that's how you know you're meant to do something different when nothing else really sticks.
Because if it's from God, it's going to go smooth.
For sure.
Yeah, I get that.
So I guess that answers the question. So you didn't always know you would end up being an entrepreneur. You didn't always want to. It just kind of happened. Well, look at you now. I would have never known.
Thank you.
So at what point did you realize like that you were going to wax full time? Or just be a full time, you know,
I was working at Target. But anytime you have a business, I feel like the goal is to work full-time for yourself. Like, I didn't want to keep working.
For sure.
So it just got a point where I don't like being micromanaged. And then also, like, once I started touching the money too, at that point back then, baby, financially was not as smart as now. But once I started touching the money, I'm like, okay, I can pay my bills. Like, I can afford to take off and have this free time. So I just quit. I don't know. I'm also a person where if I don't like something, I'm not about to keep doing it.
I'm the same way.
So, it's not worth it. So I quit.
As you should. I'm quick to quit a job. Unfortunately, it's gonna work out some way.
That's our generation, though.
Did you enjoy esthetician school? Like, what was that experience like for you?
I always say every school it's always something. It's an experience. I kept my head down and did my work. I was there for one thing, and that was to get that license. And that's what I did. I got my license. So I wouldn't say I hated it. I feel like it helped me grow, but I wouldn't say I loved it either. I'm not going back though.
No. And then is there something you wish you knew before starting just your business altogether or going to esthetician school?
Patience. And financial literacy. Taking my time. Even like, you know, when you first start and you work for yourself, you touch money, but nobody explains to invest that back into your business. So that part I wish I knew more of. And patience. Like, not everything has to come tomorrow. Social media killed that because it's like, well, I see this and they got this, so I want it too. But it's like, girl, go your own route and let it come. I think that is something I wish I would have known. I feel like patience is something I can definitely work on myself, because I be having so many ideas and I just want them all done today. But I told you, that business journal, write it down.
For sure.
It's going to come back. Write it down, make it plain.
You created an ebook for entrepreneurs. So what kind of content is included if someone's interested?
So in there it walks you through everything about building a brand, from how to create your LLC. And when I say how to, I don't mean like, okay, come up with a name, file it. It takes you through like what website to go through, what you would put in Google to get to that website, how to do
details,
things like,
very specific.
How to do things like file your taxes, invest back into your business, so how to know your break-even point, coming up with like brand colors and figuring out your ideal clientele, because not every client is a client for you. That's a hard pill to swallow, especially when you are addicted to money, and in this field it's easy to be that way. So it goes over a lot, and I kind of try my hardest to dumb it down and give you all something that I wish I would have had.
Period. Go check it out. So into motherhood, balance, and finances. So obviously you're not just an entrepreneur, you're also a mother. So how has motherhood, if at all, like changed your approach to your business?
I think that it has slowed me down. So I used to, as an entrepreneur, y'all hear people all the time, especially like lash techs, even me. It was before I had my baby, I would be taking 15 clients a day. You're in here from 9 to 6, no break. You're not eating, you starving yourself?
Yeah.
No, squeeze-in's the same way. Like, okay, my girl wants in on Sunday, it's gonna take me 15 minutes, I'm gonna go. So I feel like having kids now, I draw those boundaries, because when I'm with my kid, this is my kid's time. I don't get this back. He's only gonna be one now. Like, it's not gonna come back. So I think that is the biggest lesson of doing both has taught me.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so was there a moment where you like feared for your business at all when you realized you would be like welcoming a child into this world, or did you just like?
No, I was scared.
Yeah.
And I got more scared after I had him. So the day that I had him, I was booked. I had clients.
Really?
So,
wait, you were working up until?
No, he came early.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So, but I probably would have.
Yeah.
I kept pushing it out. I was pushing it out. Drawing those boundaries, I told you.
Yeah.
But we got there. I'm telling my mama and my man, I'm like, okay, y'all, like, but I was supposed to go to work. So like, what are we doing? So then after that, it hit me that when you are an entrepreneur and you have to take off, if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. We don't have maternity leave and 401k. So I saved up a good lump sum of money, but not seeing that money come in daily was very scary. So I shortened my maternity leave. I think I was on maternity leave for 3 weeks. I would never do that. I will
What's
never
the traditional?
3 months. Like, girl, what are you doing?
You didn't even do it.
No, but it was the money again.
Yeah.
Lesson learned, though.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so I know a lot of people don't see like what goes into entrepreneurship. Like a lot of people can even look at it as if like it's not a quote unquote real job, when sometimes they work harder than people with a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So what are the things that kind of like keep you going when it does get overwhelming and stressful?
My regular clients. Okay. My clients that come in and they're like, girl, I finally graduated. Or it's clients where like I went from seeing her pregnant to now she finished school to so just seeing them in those different journeys and seeing those doors open and close for them, I think is something crazy. I don't know.
I love that. They probably feel the same way about you, watching you, like, you know. I love that. So let's see. Oh, going into kind of the financial part of things, what are some habits that helped you save or stay financially stable while building your business?
Automatic savings accounts.
Okay.
So I don't even have to think about it. It just takes it out.
Okay.
But having it on a separate app. So I don't, my savings and my like checkings account isn't through the same bank. Because if I see it and I'm in a store and I'm like, oh, but it's $10, I'm gonna get it. But if I see 10 things that's $10, like that's adding up. So that is something that definitely helped. And what was the second point of your question?
Something that helped you save or stay financially stable while building your business.
And learning how to pay myself. So like my business and stuff, all that gets paid first, and then you pay yourself. And I also do this thing, it's called the 50-30-20 rule. So 50% goes towards your needs, the 30% is your wants, and 20% you save. So I kind of play with the numbers sometimes, but yeah, that's kind of helped a bunch.
And then is there a big financial mistake that you kind of had to learn from?
I was 24 and a 24, that's what they be saying. That was pretty dumb. And that was just shit, I'm still 24. So, but I got my car, my dream car, and I do love it, but there's sometimes I wish I listened to the voice in the back of my head that's like, girl, just wait. So that is probably it, going for my wants instead of being like, okay, but can this wait a little bit longer? So yeah, for sure.
Your car note, that's definitely extra bill, and the insurance,
girl, the insurance,
all that.
The car note, it's a scam. Personal property taxes, why do we pay that in Missouri?
Girl, I don't know.
That's a scam.
That is what encourages a lot of people to move. I feel like that makes a big difference alone, like just the taxes. So yeah. So I feel like you kind of answered this just like through us talking. But do you consider yourself to be a workaholic, or are you more balanced?
I hate working.
Oh, really?
So I feel like I hate going to work. Who like working? I feel like I have a good balance. I try to have a good balance. It is hard at times, but I think I do a good job. I don't like going to work. So once I'm off work, I'm done. Yeah. And once I'm here, like, okay, you can come. I can get it in, but once it's time to go, it's time to go.
For sure. Now we're going to get into waxing. Okay. This segment is all about waxing. So why should the girlies start their wax journey? Specifically with Kay, but why should they start their wax journey?
Do you wax?
I do not, actually.
Oh my God.
I have before.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
Why? You scared?
No, it's giving me like a bad reaction in the past. Yeah, and I just didn't like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is fair. I always say try it twice.
Yeah.
Make sure your waxer also is using like hypoallergenic and vegan products. That kind of helps too, because one, she's already sensitive. Yeah. So nobody got time for all of that extra. No. But you should start because your hair grows back thin. You're only doing it once a month, so your hair you will come back 4 to 6 weeks. And personally, I got tired of doing yoga in the shower and cutting myself. Like at that point, it's not worth it. My hair is growing back tomorrow, and it's itchy when it grows back. So now I'm sitting here patting. No. So with waxing, you don't really have to worry about any of that. I also feel like for my girlies that just love self-care, it's just another reason to spend money on yourself in an enjoyable way.
Period. And then are there any we're gonna get into a little game, but are there any myths about waxing that you would like to clear up?
Your hair does not grow back thicker with waxing. What else? I don't know.
That's a good one. We're gonna get into a game, so we might run into a couple
I don't
more.
want to go too far ahead of her, but
for sure. And then do you have like a crazy, funny, or just an interesting?
You know another myth? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
You do not have to have sex. You don't have to be sexually active to get a wax. Yeah. I think that's a big one.
Maybe it might be.
They be like, oh no, we broke up. I'm not coming back. I'd be like, dang girl.
Right. Do it for you.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so do you have a crazy or funny or just like an interesting client story that you're willing to share if it's not against them?
My clients be like me. And the crazy part is I've been thinking about this question all week.
Really?
I'm like, what can I say? I don't really have a crazy.
That's good. I feel like that's pretty good. Because how long have you been waxing now? 4 years.
But I also, me as a person is pretty chill. So I feel like I'm not, a lot of stuff I just don't remember. Yeah. I waxed one of my favorite clients' girlfriends the other day. And she's what we would call, and she wouldn't care if I told this story, but she's what we would call a stud in our community.
Okay, so in our community.
That is what we would call her. She's a masculine lesbian. I love those clients because they are normally open. So she got on the table, y'all, and she's like, how this gonna feel? I'm like, it's gonna hurt, because I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. She like, okay, but how am I gonna feel after? I'm like, you gonna feel like a bad bitch. And she just thought that was the funniest thing ever. And she was like, I ain't felt that way since I was 3. And so if anything, that's probably one of the funniest stories that I've had recently. But and she coming back.
Sure. Period.
Thank you.
I feel like to not have any like crazy stories after 4 years, thing. That's impressive. Crazy stories, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have to ban clients often?
I stopped doing that.
Oh, really?
Unless you gotta do some crazy stuff. Yeah. Very crazy stuff. Like, I've had a client, she in the middle of telling a story and she did pull her gun out in the middle of the story. You can't come back.
She did what?
Thank you. You can't come back.
No, ma'am.
Because why was that necessary?
Did she have to bring
like 2 years ago. Baby, anybody that knows gun laws knows you're not even supposed to show what you got going on.
That is crazy.
So, and the story wasn't that good either to be pulling out, you know. So I'm like, okay. It'd be stuff like that. I used to ban clients for like being late or just no call, no shows. Yeah. I kind of am to the point now where it's just kind of like, you know, like I can't do nothing about it. And so sometimes I do, but sometimes I really don't be caring.
That's good. And then, do you have any advice to someone who's nervous about waxing or getting into it?
Just do it. Just do it. Don't scroll on TikTok. Don't ask your friends or family nothing, because every experience is not the same. You may come in here and you may scream, but you may have a cousin and she may come and she may say it didn't hurt at all. So I feel like you really do have to try it, and you really have to try it twice. But you gotta go within that time frame to see like, it did get better.
I feel that. And then, do you think just being in the industry has changed your confidence at all over the past 4 years, as far as like just approaching your business?
I feel like yes, I'm more prepared to what they call like elevator conversations. So I'm more prepared to like, what would be that?
Like a small talk,
or like present myself. I feel like I'm more able to do that quick and off the fly. But I'm still introverted.
Me too,
girl. I went to this R&B rave the other day, and my friends both left me to go. Cute. Yes, it was really fun. My friend and my sister left me to go get a drink, and I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here. I had on heels. I'm not walking in them. I was like, okay, my feet hurt. I'm gonna stay here. This girl, like, who forced you to come here?
Oh my god! I'm like, not who forced you to come here.
And it was my decision to come. I asked them. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's just who I am. But I will. I just stand. I don't have to dance. I don't have to twerk. But I be having fun. Like when we left, I'm like, y'all had a really good time.
I could be the same way.
You have to be sometimes. I don't know.
I feel like now when I meet people and I tell them that I'm an introvert, they don't believe me, and I'm like, y'all just don't know, because the real me when I be talking to y'all right now.
Really?
Yes.
In one-on-one settings, I'm fine. Like if we in the bathroom, hey girl, like your hair is cute. But once I go out and it's that big crowd, no.
For sure.
I be feeling like people looking at me, but nobody's paying.
Nobody paying no attention.
We gotta work on that.
Yeah. I really need to work on it. I feel like my job helps, because like bartending and stuff, you forced to talk and socialize. Girl, people be all in your face. You can't go nowhere. You gotta laugh at all the bad jokes,
because you gotta make your money.
You gotta make the money. You can't be like, you're not funny. Like, yeah. But anyway, we're gonna play a little game. But before we get into it, if you enjoy listening to Girl What You Doing, I'm sure you enjoy similar content in the Alive podcast app. You'll have access to over 100 other Black hosted podcasts, and you'll be able to support Girl What You Doing. So if you haven't downloaded the Alive podcast app, then Girl What You Doing. Okay, so our game is called Wax or Cap.
Okay.
So I'm going to say a statement, and if it's true, you can say wax.
Okay.
And if it's false, you can say cap.
Okay.
So the first one is, waxing makes your hair grow back thicker.
Cap. Right? Cap is false. Cap.
Yes. There we go. You have to let your hair grow out long before getting a wax.
That is also cap. I don't know. You want to look for length, not thickness. So I always say if you can pinch it, if it curls in any way, it's long enough. That bush gonna hurt.
Yeah. Waxing hurts less over time.
That is wax.
You shouldn't wax with sensitive skin.
Can I say either or? It just depends on why you're sensitive.
For sure.
Like for you,
That's
I would
fair.
say try again.
Yeah.
Can we use like non-sensitive products?
For sure.
Like, did you go to a big chain when you went?
I did.
So see, like once you get down to like those questions, it kind of will decide. Like, but if you are like sensitive, you allergic to everything. Y'all know who y'all are too. Don't get away.
Don't even do it.
Don't even try it. Let it go.
Yeah. And then sugaring. This is the last one, by the way. Sugaring is better than waxing.
I've never sugared. But when
I've heard it's painful, like more painful.
I have heard that. I've sugared my legs myself. But I did the paper method, not the ball. And I did feel like I could feel every hair coming out. But it makes your hair grow back thinner. Super thin. When my clients come, their hair be super thin. So I think it just depends on like your personal end goals for waxing.
And then getting into kind of the topic of rebranding and transition and just general growth. So do you feel like you rebrand your business often? Like over the past 4 years, how many times would you say you've like rebranded?
So probably I've changed my colors from green and pink to black and pink. So
I remember the green and pink.
I would probably say twice.
Okay.
And now I'm about to do a huge rebrand. So my name will no longer be the Waxx Brat. I'll be yours truly, Waxing Studio. I'm super duper excited just because it'll reflect who I am and the woman I've grown into. So yeah,
I love that. I'm super excited to see. I feel like I'm tripping. My words getting mixed up. Rebranding. So I've just gone through a rebrand myself. I feel like it's really fun, but I also consider it to be like kind of hard.
Stressful.
Yeah, it is stressful because to change your whole vibe and how you like, I don't know, appear to others, I feel like it can be a little difficult. But it's also fun because I like to be creative and come up with stuff. Yeah. So I don't know, it's been fun, but it is a lot.
It is. But it's intentional. So I think that's what makes it all worth it. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and then we're gonna start our little closing segment. Okay. So what is one piece of advice you would give to someone that's afraid to start a business?
Just start.
Yeah.
It's gonna do bad, it's gonna do good. You're gonna have your days you don't want to do it no more. You're gonna have your days where it's the most easiest and enjoyable thing ever. But if you just don't start and pray before starting, you're not gonna know if you would have succeeded or failed.
True.
So
that is true. And then where can people find you and your ebook? So like your socials, and then
so my Instagram is the Waxx Brat, TheWaxxBrat. And then my website is the waxxbratstl.com. So again, 2 X's on wax, and then
And then so I know you just mentioned this a little bit with your rebrand, but what is next for the Waxx Brat and Kaylin, just all together?
So me and 2 other girls will be joining me in a new studio space. I'm super duper excited.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll be moving from Maplewood to Central West End.
Ooh, that's gonna be so nice.
It is. It's so elevated. The space is so nice.
Period.
I go get my keys Monday.
Ooh,
so I'm very, very, very excited to just kind of get into there and make it mine. I don't know. I'm so excited.
That's big. I'm super excited for you.
It is my dream. I didn't want nothing huge. I just wanted something small, and I wanted to be able to help 2 girls build their business too.
Sure.
So just doing that is like, I'm very, very, very happy.
Do you see yourself like having multiple locations one day, or do you think you'll like kind of stick to and work out of one?
I don't know. Whatever God has planned for me. And I know people say that all the time, but it really is like, I am totally like hands off. I didn't even think that this was going to happen. I was supposed to be moving out of state. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Period. Well, thank you so much for being here. We're with Kaylin, aka the Waxx Brat. Her socials will be on the screen if you would like to follow or go get a wax. So thanks for being here. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Girl What You Doing, and I will see y'all in the next video.
Bye.